Peace, peace, peace. How is my audio? If there's anybody in the building, I do see circles, and so I'm assuming it is okay. So peace and healing to all of the living organisms. It is QI, also known as QI thinking, entering the building again. And today we are entering the building together to break down the hip hop domino effect that's occurring in the state of New York. Yeah, I intend to break it down to the full intent because I don't think a lot of people know what's going on. And generally, when people don't have a full understanding of the details and what is going on, normally we fall prey to the propaganda. So let me get started here. Alrighty. Today on our docket, of course, is Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons, a black man that has been accused of sexual women. Really as accusing details of accusations of abuse. Now, the audience, does this sound similar to PD's allegations? Or, in my opinion, it sounds pretty similar to PD's accusations. We have to look at the hip hop industry started in New York, and I have broken this and broken this down to the root of the issue. Unbeknownst to myself, I came from the conscious community, and from the conscious community, I had a broad prospect of like what was going on when it came down to the hip hop, and how it relates to the conscious community, and video per video. That is my intention to break it down. I know I speak to a lot of people, I speak a lot of knowledge in passing with a lot of trying to infiltrate the big sector and different things and what that means. So a little I'm going to break it down. You have to excuse me because I do have ADHD, and right now, like I'm switching up on medication. So like until until it's stabilized, then um, I'm going to be a little all over the place. But in 2017, Russell denied the allegations of more than a dozen women. Russell also stepped down from the company or from the record label or record company that he had as co-founder, Def Jam Records. Russell, whom is 66 now at the time, is running from Paul. Russell was finally served the national lawsuit filed by producer, writer, and activist Drew Dixon. Now, Russell served in Bali, Indonesia, where he now resides at the GDAS Health and Wellness Resort, owned by himself and as the Fat Farm creator. He was served by a process server, Daniel John Ayub, on March 5th around 12:30 p.m., according to RadarOnline.com. So, after years of fleeing the United States, running from the law, Russell not only, fled the United States, but he also set up financial gain and different things in other countries. Now, that's going to pose for an interesting storyline, or that's going to pose for interesting details as time comes to pass. But Drew Dixon filed the lawsuit in February with the New York State Supreme Court, alleging Simmons of a campaign to discredit her. And Simmons was discrediting Dixon because of sexual misconduct allegations filed in 2017, accusing Simmons of rape and being SA'd. Dixon is seeking punitive and compensation for the damages, which means that this is pretty much a civil and going to be a criminal case, both. Dixon, a former producer um, with Def Jam Records. Give me just a second here. Give me just a second. Basically, these allegations, basically Russell tried to went on an active campaign. Let me just go into the details of everything. He went on an active campaign trying to discredit her, saying that she was lying. It happened on some podcast uh, um, back in 2017, around the month of December. Um, And a lot of the victims of Russell Simmons, they basically went under the name of John Doe, and they also filed under the state of New York. Now, one of the things that, like I'm trying to bring out, or things, that's why I call this the hip hop domino effect of New York. And I'm talking about, I guess, the series of videos I'm about to do, exposing things as they come out detail for detail. Um, but I'm going to correlate how the hip hop industry corresponds with the conscious community, and also corresponds with people like African Bambaataa, Jay Z, and Dr. York. Now, I've been asking a lot of people to do their own research on Dr. York and the Nubians nation of Moors. They were Moors, Hebrews. They went any school of religion, any school of thought, including comedic science. Dr. York went under it. I'm also going to do a video in later times about uh, like sheep herding. And what I mean is the colonization of the minds. What I mean is indoctrination, brainwash, normalizing, and getting, our people, black people, black women, to agree and to go along with certain bad, dysfunctional, abusive behavior. And the reason why I'm doing this is really because I do care about Black progress. I do care about mankind and humankind. And, I know I can't save them all, but a part of my spiritual journey, I guess this is my spiritual journey, to, bring awareness, teach, and to reach out. So, and like I stated, things are going to get better in the future, because right now, like I said, I need my ADHD medicine. There are a lot of different goals and a lot of different things that I'm currently working on, dealing with YouTube and not. So if y'all can bear with me, and I'm going to try to do my best. I didn't want to miss this timeline, so I definitely jumped on to basically what was going on. And I'm just going to shout out, the people that I see in the chat. I appreciate all of you for your support. I appreciate y'all for your patience. I'm trying to do better about timing and different things like that. I do have a lot of things going on in my real life, um, where, it requires a lot of, time. But like I stated, I've done a lot of research on, the topic or whatever, and I do plan to bring it forward where people know exactly like what's happening and what it means, so that we don't fall for the propaganda. Um, because lack of knowledge is where we perish. We will agree to things if we don't see all the details, especially when it comes down to politics. And I am going to start talking about political things or politics again and breaking down what things actually mean. Because, like, I do understand that a lot of people fall for propaganda, and we know what propaganda is. Those cliches, that catchy, oh, well, this didn't happen, this happened, this person did this, and this person didn't do that. And a lot of people tend to believe that if they hadn't done their research, or they don't remember the details, or they haven't been keeping up with the daily political activities. There is a lot going on in politics, and not everybody is our enemy. The government is all, there might be some dirty counterparts in the government or whatever, just like they're dirty dirt everywhere, but not all are our enemies. And basically this is to help us to be able to spot the people that are bad for us, and then spot the people who are actually on our team, the people that are on um, beneficial, to humankind, to the black progress, to black women, and etc. Um, this does all of this stuff has a lot to do with politics and different things of that nature. It all relates together, and like I said, um, I'm going to do my best to break it down in details. If y'all have any questions or anything dealing with any of the things that I bring forth, please, by all means, leave it under the comment section, or you're welcome to leave a comment as we speak right now. I'm trying to do better about the chat, like I stated. Um, I'm going off the script, and people with ADHD, I'm hyper focused. So generally, like, I might get stuck on something, I might get distracted, or different things of that nature. But like I said, I like to thank y'all for your patience. I do appreciate y'all support and different things of that nature. Make sure you like the video, share me out. Um, and, I would like to hear more conversations and things related to issues and things that really matter. And, the topics that, like, affect or impact us the most. But I like to shout out YouTube cameras in the building. I love you, sister. I go over there and support you as well. Purple Love, Amori. Amori. I'm trying to make sure I say that right. I know a little, well, hablo poquito español. Um, oh, the audio is boring. That's another thing that I'm going to have to work on. Is there any particular part that y'all didn't hear? Because I don't mind going back over what I stated. And let me, just for the purpose of everything, because my audio was boring, let me just go over everything, all my highlighted points once again, so that I'll make sure that like, if y'all want to do stories and stuff on the situation, y'all will know, like, from some of the research that I've done. We know how we do it. We work together. But pretty much, Russell Simmons, was served finally after fleeing from, the United States, and he also set up, finance. He set up, businesses and different things in other states. The resort in which he uh, um, was spotted or contact or caught at was one that he owned himself. It was a resort in Bali, Indonesia. And he, of course, he had been accused of sexual misconduct by more than 1,000. I mean, my my bad, a dozen women as well. His wife and his daughter came out and aired him out on social media. I don't know if there's any legalities to that. I don't know. I don't know if they're doing anything legally about that, but verbal abuse as well. We know that all of this stuff sounds pretty similar to, like, the P Diddy situation, and there is a reason. One of the things that we have to be aware of is cults. Cults, and I hope I'm not boring again. I need some more headphones, and I do have a computer. It's not set up at the moment for this. I use it for other things, but I'm gonna get there. Um, but There's a reason that this all corresponds together. We have to start off by looking at the hip hop industry. Who started it? The root of it, who started it, the people who were involved, and you have to look at their stories. So, this particular thing that they're calling the people who are accused, want to call it, or the propaganda that they fed us, is that it is the Me Too movement. Now, it is, but they try to make the Me Too movement seem like it's bad and it's anti-black male, but it's not. And we have to think about like the fact that we do have the boule, as some people speak about, and we do have black elitists as well. And a lot of times it's for power and control. And like I stated, I'm going to go into details about sheep herding, colonizing the mines, and different things of that nature. Normally, a lot of things are done financially. Um, slavery is not over. Slavery actually occurs in the mind, when you really have a deep down look at it. Um, and a lot of things are to degrade or to demoralize people, because then you can get more things out of, you can get people to agree to do more for you for free, or for less, when you demoralize them and make them feel as though they don't have worth. Self-worth and self-esteem definitely matters, as well as critical thinking. A lot of times we have to look at these things and critically think about these things to to make sure that things are accurate. Do research. Just don't believe everything that we hear out there. As well, Simmons discredited Dixon because of misconduct. He was, alleged that he raped, and he SA'd her, sexually assaulted. So there's a lot of different things going on in this big old picture, and all of these things, notice, are happening out of the state of New York. And hip hop was started and formed in New York. A lot of people, they want to say it's a conspiracy or whatever. Maybe these people were influenced. The people who started this whole cult, or this whole frame of thinking, maybe they had these things to happen to them. Maybe they do have a handler or different things. But at this point, I'm just saying, I love my people, and like, we have to come to we can't sell out. We can't put ourselves above our people. We have to look at it like it's the greater whole. It's the greater whole. We're only as strong as our weakest link. So, like, by people basically taking advantage, like, of people who are just trying to make a better life for themselves, or, taking advantage of our people. That's not a good thing. And one of the things today that we're going to need, and like I said, I'm going to go more in depth into breaking down like a lot of the political things that are going on, is we need better spokespersons. We need better leaders. And we have to keep in mind that we hire these people. These people are hired by us. We can hire or fire them. And we need to become more politically active and not sit down, because a lot of this stuff has to do with our self worth and how we feel about ourselves. Now, if you want to be powerless, if you want to lay down, that's you. But I wasn't, that's not in my DNA. So thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Honest. Honest is me. I like that. I like that name. But we have to, like, um, what do they say? When you give nothing, you get nothing. When you put in no work, you get nothing. You reap what you sow. So if you're reaping nothing, you're not going to get anything. And that's another propaganda, or another message. They're trying to make us helpless, hopeless. They're trying to make us feel as though we're worthless, feel as though like we don't, we can't succeed, we can't progress. And we have to like try to stop that narrative. um if you teach a person that they're worthless, or if you tell a person that they're a slave, then they're going to think that. So I don't agree that we do that. I believe in empowering. And one of the groups that I'm starting to empower are the ones that are next to me. And that's black women as well as the LGBTQIA community, and which is under attack at this time as well. But I think I pretty much covered the basis of anything. If anyone has any questions, make sure you can go ahead and drop them in the chat. Make sure you share this out. Like I stated, it might. I'm gonna do this as it comes. I'm gonna bring forth this information as it comes because I try to be as accurate as possible. Um, and I'm trying to do it. As it emerges, so that people will be able to actually see it in real time. But as I stated, if there are no questions in the chat, once again, I'd like you to hit that like button, subscribe if you already haven't, share the video, get me out in the analytics. I am in the beef sector, but I don't like doing beef sector content. Every now and then, you have to show a person that you can get down with them, that they don't, but that's not who I am. And that's not, the message, or that's not, that doesn't make me feel good. I'm not passionate about that. So let me just take a look in the chat to see if there are any questions. Oh, well, you feel like something is bubbling. What we have to do is, okay, sometimes, okay, let me put it this way. We have, you know, okay, I know I'm getting crossed up in the words because I'm trying to explain this the best way possible. In order to improve yourself, you have to look at your own faults. You have to look at your strengths and your weaknesses. You have to strengthen your weaknesses. And we all have some. That's life. Life is becoming a better version of ourselves. And we all have things, whether some of it stem from our environment, whether some of it stem from, biological or chemical things like mental illnesses and things. But the mere fact is, you can work on them. You can become the best version of yourself. And it's like, likewise, when we say, black progress, or, when we're talking about those different things. And then we also have to start really, really, really looking at the people that we put in position. We have to stop just people worshiping just because these people have money and they're celebrities. And we have to actually start looking at the characters. Are they benefiting us as a whole, or are they harming us as a whole? There are some people that care more about themselves. I call them narcissistic types, because there are like 13 different personality disorders, and narcissism is one. But I definitely call a lot of the characteristics narcissistic types or whatever, where, let me break it down like this. There are people who are poor, right? They grew up poor. They grew up without nothing. They grew up not getting any attention. They reach fame, or they reach a certain success, whether it be here on YouTube, any social media app, or, celebrity status, right? Okay, they don't know how to handle that because they've never had it. So therefore, what should be used for good a lot of times turns to evil. So they become selfish to the point where they will do anything in their power to stay on top, to protect getting that attention, to protect getting that money, and different things to that point. Even to the point where they no longer care about their family, they no longer care about themselves. It's like they will do anything for it. Now, because we're trying to progress, that is going against us, because it's about, like I said, it's the greater, the weakest link. And so, like, we really need a collective. We really need a lot more people to become, economically stable, economically wealthy. We really need to be able to work together, just like any other race or any other group of people. Um, And right now, if you look, it's causing division. You will also see that, the DV and a lot of DV is being promoted on and off of YouTube. Look at the correspondence between what's going on here on YouTube and what's going on in the hip hop industry, what's going on in media, what's going on everywhere. It all relates, it all corresponds. And in order for us to win, we have to be able to recognize it. We have to be able to stop the propaganda because, like I said, a lot of this stuff is mental and we go along with it mentally. We have to, as they have always told us during the civil rights era and different things, we have to stand. And you have to stand up against, things that are evil, wicked, and not right. You don't go with it because then you become a sheep. You become a part of that flock. So, that is my purpose of like what I'm trying to do here. I haven't perfected it just of yet as I'm telling you, but I know like what mission that I'm on. Yeah, facts, honest is me. Yeah, facts. And I would never do that. My family comes first. A lot of people lack the ability to love. A lot of people lack the ability to care. They say money is the root of all evil. Then people say, well, okay, it's the love of money. Anytime you put money above everything else, and let's just look at it, money is just a piece of paper with no value at all. At any given time, the value of a dollar could either be increased or decreased. And right now, it's in decline. So at the end of the day, money is not concrete. Money is not stability. Money is not forever. It's not eternal or eternal. So the things that are eternal are resources. That's like owning something, and owning something, not just one or two people out of a group, one or two people in your family have something. It's like you really want to get, everybody to the point where they have something. Everybody needs to eat. No child, no person left behind. So, like I said, I have a mission. I have a mission, and I'm trying my best to stay on this mission. It gets hard at times because sometimes I'm sure I'm not the only one, but sometimes this stuff can be dark. It can be depressing, and so you have to protect your energy and keep your spirits uplifted. So I'm working on an even balance with that as well. Like I said, like see, that's my ADHD makes me forget. But meditating, and also, like I said, like I'm working on controlling my ADHD. But as I stated, I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed breaking down a lot of these detailed facts and stuff. I tried to go a little bit more in depth than most people are doing right now. A lot of people are not covering this story about Russell Simmons because they're not like doing the research. They're just coming out here with the current thing. But you have to paint the big picture and you have to put out all the details for people to understand. And so if there are no other questions or whatever, unapologetically QI, also known as QI critical thinking, will now exit the building. I like to say peace, love, and healing to all. And what's up, Fair Exchange? I miss being in chats and stuff like that with you. You are so funny. I mean, I just remember you for being so funny or whatever. And I know this stuff can I think we used to have, all used to have like more fun back in the old beef sector days because things weren't as tight or grim, or whatever. But I remember, you used to always, make me laugh a lot. Have a great night to everyone as well. Have a great night to YouTube cameras. If you're a content creator, please leave it under the comment section. Please leave it in the comments because like we all have to support each other. We all have something to give out here. Find your lane, create your lane. We need creativity. We need real content. We need a diversity like we used to have in the old beef sector. And I think that's what's going to make or break things. Like I said, the power is in our hands as, content creators, as subscribers. It's about who you support, what you give your energy to. Let me tell you about the indoctrination, or maybe I should leave that to my next video. But if you hear the same thing over and over again, that's called classical conditioning. It's a experiment out there with the dog and the bell, I believe it was, a psychological experiment. And that's pretty much what we have going on here. If people hear the same things every day, they're in the same environment every day, they become a part of that. So in a lot of ways, we're dumbing ourselves down. So like we're in control, and we never give up. We believe in higher sources, whatever you may call it, whether you call it Jesus, whatever you may call your higher source. And a lot of our higher source and our higher power is within ourselves. And so, like I stated earlier, we're going to have to start looking deeper within ourselves and being who we were put here to be. But like I said, at any rate, I love everybody, and we're going to all work on helping each other to heal. Peace, love, and healing. And I am out. I am now exiting the building.